Paige has the nerve to say, she tells all the girls she can't wait to, quote, tell Greg about the crazy weekend. I actually have the transcript, so she doesn't have to. Here's the transcript. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
And Greg was like, wait, slow down. What happened?
There's a lot of stuff on TV, but not all of it's good. In fact, a lot of it's bad TV.
Yo, it's Bad TV in your ears. I'm Dylan. Saddled up next to one Patrick Hickey.
Great to be here.
Are you drinking warm beer?
Oh, shit, yeah. No, it's not that warm. Long recording.
Never understood that. Like the romanticism surrounding beer is always cold.
It's cold.
It's cold. There's like Coors Light. Their entire marketing it's cold.
Yeah, they have a mountain on that.
They have a technology that shows you that it's cold, even though you can feel the can and see that it's cold, right? Mm-hmm. Or I guess feel that it's cold. But you drink warm beer.
No, but this is cold. I have a cold beer.
Let me see it. Oh my gosh, it's is cold. That is shocking. That is so crazy. I'm going to spark up because I got to cool off. We've got to talk about probably the worst show on television right now.
Dylan, I'm glad you brought that up. Why don't I start?
Summer House.
Summer House. Thanks for being here, by the way, and we're going to do a really good job recapping it. But Dylan,
100% zero turkey sandwiches.
Okay, here's what I have to say. I think
you would say that too, right? Zero?
Oh, yeah, but I don't want to get ahead of myself, Dylan. I believe that Dylan and I have this thing where when we choose to recap a show,
it's a curse.
It is a curse because we have single-handedly destroyed pretty much every show that we announced that we would begin recapping.
New York Housewives, everybody loved that show. We killed that show.
That show.
It literally hasn't come back.
It's not coming back.
Yeah.
It's destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
We started recapping. What was the other one we started that didn't turn out too good? There's another show that's bad that we recap. I think Life After Lockup's pretty bad too. Oh, and then there's Summer House. It's not good. Bachelor's really not our fault. That's pretty much production and Mickey Mouse. But,
yeah, no, we didn't do that.
But that's horrible too.
This show, just to give you guys an insight into how the sausage is made, with an episode or with the show like Love is Blind, go to patreon.com/another podcast network to hear us cover Love is Blind. There's so much comedy there that our notes are just chock full of funnies. With something like this, I really can't write anything but manifesto like angry musings that have nothing to do with the show. Then I kind of snap out of it and I delete, and then I just write down, Chris is a weirdo, isn't he? He's stealing people's underwear and smelling it. Like there's just nothing going on with this show. And I think the audience agrees.
Well, they 100% do. So I think they're going to have fun with us dragging this show and how bad it is. The good news, it appears that, as we mentioned multiple times, Bravo has righted the ship. They threw every one of these mother effers out on their ass. The Sierras, Are
you okay? There's a lot of smoke in here right now.
All good.
You're okay?
You sure, Kaylin?
Yeah.
That's
fine.
producer Kaylin.
Hi.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm happy to know that they've righted the ship. They've said, okay, this was really bad, and we're going to fix things. But people will have to wait next year to see if that is in fact, fixed.
Right. So what did you think of the episode?
Oh, it was absolutely horrible. I mean, we spent 10 minutes on a hazing bit that should have been left on the editing room floor.
And one of the more problematic hazing bits I've ever seen, the last week was fine. You guys want to do your thing where you smack each other in the ass and you call it the greatest guys' night ever. That's fine. You'd be fucking dorks. But it is so odd for two men to give another man permission to sniff another woman's underwear, and she's not. I mean, it just crazy shit. Kaylin, can you throw me a water bottle behind you? So zero turkey sandwiches.
Zero
Obviously
turkey sandwiches.
Zero turkey sandwiches.
Dylan, it's funny. I think we're halfway through the season so far, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to check in
and say we're not covering the show anymore.
No. We got to finish it out. But at the beginning of the season, there was a trailer where it had all the various cast members on the show. And dare I say, we're making some promises for what we were going to view. Kaylin, do you mind rolling the tape on the Summer House trailer?
Yeah.
Here we go. Mm-hmm.
If you could describe this summer in one word.
Shocking.
All right, pause it.
I need your blessing.
We're on episode 8.
Yeah.
Have you been shocked by anything?
I'm trying to think back in the recesses of my brain, which has been ruined by this show. Kind of like I've been going through a Clockwork Orange kind of viewing of it, and it has hurt my cognitive abilities. I can't think of one goddamn fucking time I've been shocked. I mean, maybe that time Sam said somebody spit in my mouth and I liked it. That was a little shocking, but outside of that, nothing really.
I guess that was shocking.
Yeah.
No one more shocked than Sam's dad.
Hey, Ted!
Ted, wife and I love the show. Sam's great.
Yeah.
All right. So continue to play. By the way, I like the music behind it. It's almost like planes are going to be dive bombing.
It's like royalty-free Flight of the Valkyrie.
That is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
Or just a different piece of classical music that we don't know what it's called.
I know. I think it's a sound like for.
Okay.
You're saying is absolute crazy pants to me.
Mayhem.
Pause it again. That we bounced back to a producer asking, what can we expect from this season?
Yeah.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Dylan, can you recall an instance where we've viewed mayhem?
I'm trying to think back. It's been like 8 episodes. I guess there was that one time where Kyle was eating Tostitos at 4:30 talking to himself, but that wasn't really mayhem. No, I can't really think of one goddamn fucking instance of mayhem this entire show.
Play the next 10 seconds.
This
see if
is
there's any.
fun. I like this.
With our dogs and be
It's never felt like this ever. I don't want a camera. No camera.
Okay, that was it. That was Carl saying it's never felt like this before. Yeah, Carl, you're having feelings now because you're not high on Bolivian cocoa
Shale,
powder.
and we at the same moment wish you all the best, and also would tell you that we would much prefer you to be on the drugs.
I know a guy, Carl. Hit me up, buddy. Because I don't think you're coming back unless you're on the fucking powder, man.
It's
sorry.
a good thing. It's like, it's a Robert Frost type of fork. Be boring and not be on television. Go off into the sunset in domestic bliss, although that doesn't exist because you're getting married to Lindsay, which is kind of like being married to Harley Quinn without the mascara and the bat with barbed wire. It's just not going to be a good life for you. Or have fun again. Get drunk, schneef a little bit, and keep cashing those checks for $125,000 a year because you're on this show. I mean, it's really got us in a dark spot, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, tough shit.
All right, should we get into the show, Dylan?
Yeah, let's get into it. We both gave it 0 turkey sandwiches, obviously. Let's get into the show.
Let me set up the scene here, Dylan. Right out of the bat, we're doing a lot of production here. July 30th. Now, keep in mind that date because it's going to be a factor later with a little tell on how much production cares about their jobs with this show. July 30th, 8:34 p.m. They're at a restaurant called Calissa. Because I'm so bored by the actual show, I think we'll try and find entertainment in a Yelp review at the restaurant.
Love it.
Do you mind reading the Yelp review? This is from Elizabeth L.
Did you text it to me?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
She seems like a real pain in the ass, but Dylan, I want to hear your opinion.
2 stars out of 5, moderate.
That's the one that stings, is the 2.
6 reviews.
It was a new restaurant, by the way.
Yeah, if you are really trying to get somebody's attention, you best be going with 2 because 2 to 3, those are they scream earnesty, and
Yes.
though they it could be a facade. If you put 1, people are just going
Hater.
to throw the baby out with the bathwater, regardless of how much merit there is to your review. This is from Elizabeth L. She said 6 reviews, not really enough. 2 stars. What an odd presence on Yelp. 6, but 2 for this one. That's very strange. Unfortunately, we were really disappointed in this restaurant. The food was just meh. We were famished and didn't finish our meal because it just wasn't good. Parentheses. We had a variety of small plates. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Here's where the problem starts,
Of
Dylan.
particular note for those that have a gluten allergy, do not assume that if something is marked GF on the menu, that the dish is entirely gluten-free. We ordered an appetizer marked GF on the menu, which was served with pita chips, but the chips were not GF.
Oh, no.
I asked the server. When I asked, the server said they'd bring cucumbers instead. But if I hadn't asked, I wouldn't have known the dish wasn't GF, as shown on the menu. It's also fairly expensive, very much so considering the quality of the food. Overall, unfortunately, it was a poor experience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where do you come down on this, Dylan? I mean, can someone die if they eat gluten?
You know, I have a lot of GF people in my life, and I adore most of them, but I'll still say to their face that they're like a cosmic inconvenience on my life. And I've said that to them numerous times. GF is nowhere near as bad as my dear friend who I play Magic the Gathering with, who is allergic to cats and dogs and all sorts of other things. But being allergic to cats and dogs, if you are allergic to the two most popular domestic animals on planet Earth, you need to go fucking get a shot, get therapy, or walk off a cliff like a lemming, because there's just no way to live. But I do understand people with gluten-free lifestyles, and yeah, my sympathy is growing more and more.
That's nice of you.
But really, it gives you nothing more than, I think, bubble gut. It's like being lactose intolerant. If you eat a bucket of sour cream, you're going to have diarrhea. You know, let's get back to the table. The fracture between Lindsay and Danielle is fracturing wider. Lindsay shades Danielle quite a bit. This would not be anybody I would call a friend, someone who can look to camera and say, Danielle's pissed off because her boyfriend is non-existent. Hey, maniac who brings dwarves to summer house because you're so desperately looking for a partner. Why don't you calm down, go get another Botox treatment, and leave people alone? With that being said, Danielle's awful. So go, Lindsay, go.
And I want to point this out. Okay, so, and I forget someone jumps in later on, and Sam, it was the voice of reason. She's like, hey, she's trying to be a good girlfriend. She was a party girl before, and right. You know, now she's trying to, lock it down. And besides, she's 37, as is most of you. This is a dumb argument you have with your 24-year-old friends when you're out clubbing, and one of them just got a boyfriend that she likes too much, and you're jealous because you think you're losing a friend.
Yeah.
But you're 37.
You're 37.
So shut up.
People have had careers that are coming to an end, and they're changing at this point.
Yes.
You're arguing over how many drugs you're doing. It's a Peter Pan kind of stranglehold on the past. That's quite sad. So Chris is instructed to take stuff out of the girl's room, deodorant, toothbrush, and of course, he adds another possibility to the mix. Pat, what is that?
I think it's underwear.
Yeah, it's women's underwear.
And it's dumb. It's really dumb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Kyle and Carl give him permission to take the underwear. Again, this is like, I'm trying to think of a better example of a feudal takeover of a village wherein a general allows one of his soldiers to rape someone, because that's a little too heavy.
Yikes.
But you get what I'm saying,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
The general's like, yeah, fucking go ahead, take her. Like, where's her agency? You know what I mean?
I want to say...
They don't want Chris smelling their panties. It's fucking disgusting.
Now, this is framed as part of a hazing thing, but in reality, I guess the gist of this would be framed as a prank. Now, a prank has to consist of a few things, I think, to be called a prank, which is, it's somehow funny.
Yeah. Payoff would be nice.
Yeah, not just you and especially the perpetrator, when they do it, the victim of said prank should understand that they've been pranked, not just lift up a towel the next morning before driving back to New York and realizing he'd stolen your toothbrush.
Yeah. It's like, if Ashton came out after Wilder Valderrama had his car spray painted by some ruffian child, and Wilmer just said, good one, and that was the end of there wouldn't be a show.
Now, I remember Zach Braff getting his Porsche spray painted.
I conflated the two. That was my mistake.
And Zach Braff said, I'm going to kick your ass, you little fucker. Like, Zach Braff was going to be on the show Punked.
And we should move on, and I should apologize because I don't think ruffian is a word. Gabby confronts Sierra about how she's been a cold bitch to her. Mm-hmm. Sierra says that you're an arrogant bitch. That's why I don't talk to you. And that's when Danielle goes in on Sierra. Couldn't care less about this triangle of sadness.
Hey, can I do the face that Gabby gives when Sierra says that she's a little arrogant?
Yeah.
All right, say I'm Gabby.
You're a little arrogant. Yeah. 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 Whew. She was really shocked.
By the way, I'd argue this, Sierra, projecting a little bit there. Projecting, Sierra, but it doesn't matter because you'll never be on this show again.
What's the word I was looking for?
I'm not sure.
Gosh. The fans will let us know in the comments.
Okay.
All right, what happens next?
Well, Gabby tells us perhaps the perception of arrogance is coming from being cheated on and fired.
Yeah.
You know, because Gabby got fired. And then Danny throws herself into the mud with Sierra in the hopes Bravo will play that flashback of the red wine glass incident, because that was an era when the franchise had a lot of hope and optimism for the future. But now we're here. So then she did get what she wanted, which we get a flashback of Sierra smashing a red wine glass.
That was back when the show was good.
That's my point.
Yep.
So then we cut back to Carl, Kyle, and I call Chris, of course, his name's The Ick. And then they're running this hazing bit into the goddamn ground.
Oh, yeah. It's subterranean at this point. It's like when that, who's J.K. Simmons, the bad guy in that Amazon show? You know, Invincible? What is he? You saw that shit.
Animated one? No.
You didn't see that?
No, I haven't seen it.
You know, you think you can throw to him for something. Like, I was sure that he'd seen that kind of thing.
Well, what are you trying to get at?
So I could make a reference that nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. But they go to the bar, and Chris has one final heave at the Sorcerer's Stone before this thing can come, to its end. He has to kiss Sierra's feet. Now, obviously, he goes about it in the oddest, creepiest way. And I know that, like, I don't think he intends to do it. He just has, he's
the ick.
Yeah, it's not emotional intelligence. It's feminine intelligence. Like, he just has no fucking idea how to deal with women. And Kyle and Carl are not any aid to him whatsoever. There's no ice breaking.
Why is this funny?
Yeah, there's no veil lifting at all. It's just this fucking awful thing. And it begs the question, why are these people allotted a reality television show? These people who have not a fucking shred of a sense of humor. They're all, can you imagine talking to these people at a dinner party?
Absolutely not. I'd be taking a lot of dumps. Excuse me, I got to take a dump. Excuse me, I got to take a dump. Oh, that was great. That's fascinating. I got to take a dump.
That is why you smoke cigarettes. Because it's much more socially palatable to have a nicotine addiction than a violent bout of diarrhea. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. You got a new flavor of Loverboy coming out. Is that right?
Yeah.
You know what? I got to take a dump. Excuse me.
Right.
I mean a cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh, God, these fucking people.
You're coming out with a pina colada Loverboy spritzer, huh? That's fascinating. I love your mullet this evening. So we move on back to the house. Amanda is standing under a geyser of some sort. You see that?
Yeah, I think so. I think that
it's
was
like a Truman Show amount of water in one area.
Yeah, I think like a little fire hose went off or something.
Yep.
But then we get the one trick pony, Sam. Of course, it's 1:30 in the morning. She's dancing on the table.
Right.
Again.
Yeah.
Because that place is fucking lit. It's going off. You know?
Yeah, her and Corey are perfect for one another because their waking lives are so boring. But when they get in the bed, they can kind of explore the rings of each other's anal cavities with their tongues and express their creativity in that kind of arena, which is perfect. And listen, sounds great. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know that I'd want to spit in my partner's mouth or venture that.
Oh, Corey's going to love that.
Oh, yeah. Corey's super down. Jess is like, I could suck your dick. And he's like, all right, yeah, that's tight. And he's just like cramming her head into his pelvic bone. That's what working out's for. All right. So we speak of Lindsay, of living in Lindsay's shadow, and we rise to the next day. You want to hit a meanwhile here?
Well, I do want to got to get some business out of here, Dylan. I sent you another text, if you don't mind describing the screenshot.
Amazing.
Next morning, we wake up, these chyrons with the dates and times, extremely important. This is the chyron that they put up on the screen, Dylan.
What was the first one?
the 30th of July.
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm a detailed motherfucker. There are often
You
things
are,
you'd say are tells as I
Right,
tease at the
right,
show.
right.
What is the date that Chiron says?
Well, it's Sunday,
They got that right.
which means it's the day where we pack for 5 minutes and then we go back to the city. Fantastic television. But it's Sunday, July 21st,
I mean,
9:12 a.m.
Unless we're in some time continuum thing going on here and this show's just going a different direction. I believe some PA or production person fucked up. And by the way, go ahead, Dylan.
Well, you know what it probably is? We probably are in a bit of a Quantumania kind of thing. That actually makes the show really cool. Dare I say innovative?
Sadly, I don't think.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think you're right. I think that's what's going on.
So I want to point this out if people are getting what we're throwing down. So they put a Chiron on, and obviously someone put a 2 where there should have been a 3. And I was thinking, because I've worked in reality shows and I've seen these production offices as they're editing, there are literally 5 people sometimes that has to pass through before they're going to air it to Bravo. I bet 35 people work on this show.
You know what happened that day? Lunch was catered, and it wasn't Jones on 3rd because they usually get Jones on 3rd.
Love that place.
They went for maybe something a little heavier. Maybe they went with Chin Chin, and they had too much General Tso's. They were fatigued by the MSG, a little bloated, and they took their eye off the ball. There's not enough Monster Energy drink in the world that can fight off that shit. And little details get missed. But that's why you have you.
Glaring. Dare I say, if Bravo is going to make that a pretty big part of the experience of Winter House and Summer House, you'd think you'd want to double check.
Right. Now, the good news for the show is that out of the 17,000 people that are watching, there is only one who is paying attention to the Chirons, and his name is Pat. All right, so more Lindsay and Danielle drama in the morning. Sam has thoughts on their friendship. We covered it. Sam's like, what's the problem with wanting to better your life? Well, no problem. Just don't do it on television. Everyone packs up and goes to the city, but not before the big reveal. You've been punked. Chris, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Under this towel, I think you'll notice, do you notice some of your stuff?
Yeah.
Now, Chris, the ick, eats this up, and I'll tell you why. It's the first time most of these people have actually made eye contact with him.
Sure.
So he's happy as a pig in S, and that's why he's the ick.
Thank you for not cursing.
Of course.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of a problem when the show is as lackluster as it is this season. Usually the packing is not as integral or as big of a time suck as it is with this season. There seasons past, we've gone an entire episode in one day. There's things that go on in the morning, and then the party goes on for a long time, and there's lots of smut and fighting. We don't even worry about packing.
I am so glad you mentioned that. Okay, so actually, let me begin with this.
But really quickly, it feels like every single episode, we're packing and unpacking. Every episode.
Dylan, when we come back next week for his birthday, for the Leprechaun's birthday, they spend 12 minutes of introductions of everybody coming into the house. It's almost like they don't have the goods. They got a lot of B-roll. We call that B-roll.
I didn't have not a single note for that. It's no, but Greg meeting the ick. We know Greg. And we know the ick. It's bad.
It's bad. And, all right, so this is how arrogant these people are, though. Paige has the nerve to say, she tells all the girls she can't wait to, quote, tell Greg about the crazy weekend. I actually have the transcript, so she doesn't have to. Here's the transcript. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
And Greg was like, wait, slow down. What happened?
Nothing. My God, Dylan, you and I, we are. What do you call it? The coolers in Vegas, where we stand next to a guy who's hot at the blackjack table.
100%.
That's what we do to reality TV shows.
Absolutely.
We start recapping them.
And what a plague, huh? Because it's our job. We have to do it. It's like if you were a cooler and on the professional poker circuit, we're cooling our own hand. It's not good.
Great point. It's a great point.
So we go back to the city, knock at the door. I thought it was Greg, but it was worse. It was Amanda. Kyle is having his 40th birthday party. It's going to be a Western because of his mullet, which is this thing that he has clung to for, I guess, a couple months now, and it's starting to become part of his identity, which is sad for somebody who's been alive for 4 decades. Greg is coming for the party. Let's move on. We get him a meanwhile. We'll go ahead.
Meanwhile,
Sierra and Mia walk dogs, and we talk about Corey. He is coming, and he is a good fucking time. Mia asks if Sierra would hook up with Corey, and Sierra goes, "You know what? I think I would."
Good, Sierra. Good. Because you need to.
Yeah, because I know Andy has a little bit of a heart in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the sweetbreads of a lamb are thick and plump, but when they grow to mutton, they shrivel into a little gland. That's what his heart is right now, because he's seen so much bloodshed over these contracts and stuff.
Look what he did to fucking Captain Lee. Hey, listen to me.
Right.
Don't listen to Andy.
Yeah.
Give you your own specialty and tell you go back on the show.
Yeah.
God damn it. I
But,
want to be on the show.
Andy is not quite as ruthless as the mouse, but I mean, we've seen him take down people like Rinna. We've seen him take down people like Lee. Sierra is going to get cut.
Oh, she's out. They already announced the cast. She's not back.
For Summer House?
For Winter House.
For Winter House, yeah. But
she ain't making it back to Summer House.
You never know, man.
Winter House is the audition to make Summer House. And I think Riley, Malia, and God, I can't think of the third. Kate Flood.
No. I don't think that you have it wrong. Although we haven't really done it like this to this degree. I mean, Summer House has always been a show of kind of portmanteaus of sad people on different reality shows, but Below Deck has never been introduced in this way. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a Frankenstein. Maybe Sierra will be gone. But right now, as I see her, she is just a moderately speedy O-lineman, 53rd on the roster. Just, it's a hairline trigger. You don't know if she's going to stay or go.
The only way we see her make it on the Summer House if Andy gets her in one of those rooms from Clockwork Orange where her eyeballs are kept open with toothpicks, and they keep showing her pictures of various male cast members and once she says, "I'll fuck him," that's when the toothpicks come out and they allow the contract to be written because she'll be back on the season. She's too good for any of these people.
Okay, so let's break this down.
Yeah.
One, very reductive. You're shrinking the essence of a woman to what man she'll fuck, which is kind of patriarchal pathology that's really, really disgusting. But also, did you say she's signing the contract with toothpicks?
No.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, did I say that?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I don't know. She needs to fuck somebody.
Listen, if we're in a Clockwork Orange type room, I mean, you never know. I mean, the toothpicks could be the pens, and they're dipped in some kind of red ink. Maybe it's blood. I don't know. Maybe it's plasma.
Hey, can I do the next Meanwhile in NYC?
Stanley Kubrick sucks. We've talked about it many times.
Well, that one's good. All right, Danny and Robert.
Kind of.
Here's what they're up to for their stab. And I don't know how many hours they film. They're throwing out expired food and watering plants.
Yeah. This does not look like a relationship that is going to last very long. Oh, they're broken up.
Yeah, they're not together anymore.
Yeah. So back to the Hamptons. Chris is stroking Maya's hair in the car.
You're getting a little too comfortable there, Ick.
What is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this guy? Thank you for your service. Please get off TV. Everyone arrives, including Greg, and they all fucking meet each other for honestly
12 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you're being hyperbolic, but it's probably about 4 minutes of the show is just them fucking meeting. Mm-hmm. Shocking. Kyle talks about how Amanda.
This was heartbreaking, man.
What was this?
Well, he shared, he's already turned 40. He turned 40 during the week,
Oh, sad.
And he's been working so much, he hasn't had time to get out and party because downing a case of Loverboy on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is not enough. Poor Kyle, he's too busy with that brand to go out on his own birthday So he came home, and just as he turned 40, the clock of, struck midnight, and he's technically, he's no longer a 3 in his birthday anymore, and Amanda was asleep. And then Sierra she tells Kyle, death is imminent, so you should enjoy living your best life.
Can you imagine being a 40-year-old man and having this like pit of sadness that you weren't able to go out and party during the week?
Sarah, the guy drinks a case of Loverboy 3 days a week. I think he's living his best life.
Well, not his best life because he's 40 and he shouldn't be doing that. But anyways, so Corey arrives. The women are swooning. Listen, I'm very happy that Corey's arrived. He is the quote unquote hot guy that we needed. Now, Corey has a much better physique than me and is more attractive, so I should couch it with this. But he does look like something in the latter rounds of a celebrity deathmatch bout. I mean, his face has this melted quality when you get up close to it. He's probably got a pipe, and
he's got a kickstand.
Yeah, he's got a pipe, and he works out a lot, so he's rock hard. Yeah, the pearls and the Jerry curl and the fashion and the stupidity and people are attracted to different things.
All right, well, everyone gets there.
And you know what? Jess did that thing during Winter House that's so gross. We've talked about it so often. She's
What'd
like,
she do?
we couldn't even sleep in the bed. I fucking came everywhere. It was like a goddamn dunk tank in there. It's like, oh my God.
She also said he fucking blasted through her cervix. Get that checked, sweetie.
Yeah. You can sue for that kind of thing.
He almost went through the other side. She had to plaster her asshole. Poor thing.
Poor thing. Yeah.
Well, anyway, they all go out to dinner, and I'm like, what's going to happen here at dinner? I guess someone's going to bring up something uncomfortable.
Can we end the show?
No!
All right. What happens?
Well, first off, Dylan, because I want to believe people in a trailer, when reality TV people in a trailer tell me to my face that it's going to be dramatic, shocking, and mayhem. It's the first half of the movie. It's like, movie trailers lie to you all the time. It's like, in a world with two gay lovers. Anyway, and then it says, Roger Ebert loved it or something. They lie to you. They can lie to you, right? But I don't think Matt Damon ever comes out before a movie. He's like, hey, this is the best goddamn movie you ever seen, or I'll give you your money back.
You have such a good Damon.
Yeah. What I'm saying is the talent usually doesn't lie to your face. You can have the movie trailer voice and all the images, and then a bunch of critics that they paid to write good reviews lie to you.
Yeah.
But reality, like, Danny, I'm looking at you, babe. If you lied to me and this isn't shocking, I'm going to be pretty pissed. I might leave a strongly worded...
What would you talk to Matt Damon about if you saw him at a party?
I don't think he's as dumb as Matt and Trey.
No, Matt Damon's very intelligent. I don't think actors are as dumb as you say. There's something very, very beautiful to be able to...
I don't generally say they're dumb. I say they're hypocrites.
Well, there's this thing that's like, actors are... They get in front of the camera and they play make-believe. Like, we shouldn't be listening to them talk. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, but I just get upset when an actor will get on their high horse and they're like, you can't put down a straw or give up your fucking straw to save a turtle. All right,
What's up
man?
with this whole straw thing?
Well,
everybody needs to calm down about the straws. We have the straws.
They're back. But when they're on their high horse and I'm like, oh, wow, you're right. A straw is frivolous. But not as frivolous as a fucking set of 80 people in gas-guzzling movie trailers and catering and all that other shit to make believe.
Yeah.
I want my fucking straw.
How many turtles died during the making of Babylon?
I haven't seen the film.
Oh, you got to watch it.
The turtles die in there?
No, it's just this very grandiose, like bloated fucking horse shit movie. Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So we're at dinner. Corey likes alcohol with his caffeine. Carl likes Lindsay's hair pulled back.
In a shocking twist, Corey's not averse to sucking down one or a baker's dozen espresso martinis when he's going out. But we have a little bit of a rivalry set up here. Sam versus Sierra. Yeah.
First woman wins. First woman to hop on gets to stay on the show.
Right.
In my opinion. So anyway, because again, we're at dinner, so what's going to happen? Well, we got to start some trouble here. So Amanda suggests we go around the table and say something nice about Kyle.
Right.
Carl says he has a small dick. Danny says he's an alcoholic and likes dogs. And Chris says Carl looks 30 and then pounds a full glass of bourbon in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And then it ended.
Yeah, I love these let's go around the table bits that they do on the show. It usually ends in either mundane mediocrity or some hammed up cataclysmic event for their friendships, which are fake.
You think I'm arrogant? And then we got two episode arc.
Did you say you didn't trust me?
That's what
my wife's super nice. You guys are all fucking bitches.
Now, excuse me, I'm going to walk in the backyard and talk to trees for 5 hours, okay? Because I'm Kyle.
All right. So we get to the next day.
Back at the house, Craig's trying to watch a goddamn movie at 4 a.m.
He's trying to watch Minions at 4:30. I mean, the guy's literally...
Next morning, it's Kyle's B-Day. They set up the party, and then the selection of Loverboy is killer, and then... I was like, there's 2 minutes left. Where are they going to have the cliffhanger?
Yeah.
Kyle and Carl talk, and Carl breaks the news. He's probably going to propose to Lindsay.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we wish them well, and we're sorry for killing this show. That's it for us. Tell me the iTunes range reviews 5 stars. Subscribe to Bad TV. Join us on Patreon for Love Is Blind. Best show we do. Funniest show we do. I love covering that show so much. It's such a well-cast, well-thought-out reality television show, and it's done so from the minds of Nick and Vanessa Lachey, who Pat refers to as the drunks, who we also refer to as Tipsy and Puffy. If they can do it, so can Bravo. I mean, it's just pathetic. Anyways, we love you guys very much. Thanks for listening to us, and sorry for making Summer House bad. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Pat, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
There's a lot of stuff on TV, but not all of it's good. In fact, a lot of it's bad TV.